Well, it's time now for a business update here on France 24 with our business editor, Charles Pellegrin. Charles, hi.
Hi, Aaron.
You're going to come back to that story of Donald Trump firing that Federal Reserve governor, or at least trying to, which is indeed an unprecedented move.
The U.S. president making that announcement via his Truth social media platform, sharing a letter he sent to Lisa Cook, the first black woman to serve on the Federal Reserve Board, saying he has the authority to dismiss her from her position for cause, and in this case on allegations of mortgage fraud. A president has never removed a Fed governor from office before, but can legally do so if there is sufficient cause. Lisa Cook, who was appointed by Joe Biden in 2022 and whose term expires in 2038, however, challenged the notion that Trump has authority to fire her. In a statement, she said, "President Trump purported to fire me for cause when no cause exists under law, and he has no authority to do so. I will not resign. I will continue to carry out my duties to help the American economy as I have been doing since 2022.
So, Charles, do you think there could be other motivations for the Trump administration to target Cook?
Well, Trump has been extremely critical of the Federal Reserve, the country's central bank, and how it has conducted its monetary policy. Trump has called for drastic rate cuts to stimulate the economy, but the independent Federal Reserve has nonetheless been keeping its interest rates steady as it awaits more data on the impact of tariffs on inflation. The U.S. president has been steadily trying to assert his authority on the central bank nonetheless, and firing Lisa Cook could help sway the 7-person board of governors towards an unofficial Trump majority. Michelle Baumann and Christopher Waller, both nominated by Republicans, have recently dissented with the board in asking for rate cuts. Stephen Moran is awaiting nomination by the Trump administration after a Democratic-appointed governor suddenly resigned earlier in the month. So replacing Lisa Cook with someone more palatable to Trump would give his views a 4-person majority.
So Donald Trump is trying to assert control over an agency that's, of course, long been allowed to act independently. Why change that?
Well, the Fed has 2 mandates, keeping inflation and unemployment in check. And its main tool to do that is setting interest rates. Low interest rates are an effective way to stimulate the economy and create more jobs. And while unpopular, high interest rates are an effective way of countering price rises. It's because it might have to take unpopular decisions that the Fed has to stay independent. That's why the Treasury Fed Accord was set in 1951, taking the duty of monetary policy firmly away from the Treasury Department after a period where that department had pressured the bank to keep interest rates artificially low.
So any impact on the markets of all of this for now?
Well, the markets are seeing this news as an attack on Fed independence, and this is affecting the value of the U.S. dollar against other currencies. The dollar index, which measures the value of the greenback against 6 major currencies, fell sharply on that news and has now been slightly paring back some of these losses, as you can see. And markets in Europe also falling on the back of Trump's attacks on Lisa Cook. The DAX and the FTSE in London opening the session lower. You can see there 0.2% lower. The CAC 40 as well opening sharply lower. There, for different reasons, as political instability weighs on investors, with the Bayrou government calling for a confidence vote on September 8th, and as the 3 main opposition parties say they will not back the government.
Changing gears now, Charles. 2 of Elon Musk's companies are taking legal action against top tech rivals in the AI sphere.
Musk's X social network and his XAI artificial intelligence startup have sued Apple and OpenAI, alleging their partnership is an illegal hindrance to competition. Apple's integrated OpenAI's blockbuster ChatGPT app into its operating systems for iPhones, iPads, and Macs. Musk's firms say the tie-up is an incentive for Apple to keep AI competitors like his Grok chatbot app from being featured on its App Store. Brian Quinn has the details.
A new front opened in the legal battle over the future of artificial intelligence. 2 of Elon Musk's companies, X and XAI, are suing OpenAI and Apple over their partnership that integrates OpenAI's ChatGPT app into Apple operating systems. Musk's firms say the exclusive tie-up illegally blocks competition in the AI arena.
The Apple-OpenAI arrangement has foreclosed competition among generative AI chatbots, deprived competing chatbots of scale, and reduced quality and innovation.
Musk has also accused Apple of conspiring to keep xAI's chatbot Grok off of recommendation lists and out of the #1 spot in its App Store. Making ChatGPT part of iOS is indeed an advantage to OpenAI. iPhones account for roughly 60% of the US smartphone market, giving ChatGPT access to millions of iPhone users' search queries.
So the more people using their service, the more data there is, and the better you're able to train the systems, and they become better tuned and they can improve based on that data. Data has become an incredibly important commodity.
Apple has said its App Store practices are fair and free of bias, while OpenAI says the lawsuit is consistent with Musk's ongoing pattern of harassment. Musk was an early co-founder of OpenAI, but left after an internal power struggle with current CEO Sam Altman. Last year, Musk sued the company, alleging it has abandoned its founding nonprofit mission by seeking commercial gain over safety and the public good. In February, he led a failed $97 billion takeover bid. The latest lawsuit will likely be crucial to the future of AI, giving U.S. courts an opportunity to outline the marketplace and set legal precedents for antitrust litigation in the sector.
That's all for business. And Charles Fellegon, thank you.